We are here in Austin, Texas, home of the South by Southwest Interactive Festival. This is a place where the people who build the web, people who dream of the technologies that will fuel our tomorrows come together. We're going to talk to a lot of them about how these technologies are giving power to the individual, how are they giving us the tools to communicate on a level that before only corporations with deep pockets could do. You think that are we going to have the era where individuals can all have our own TV show, or is that a farce as well?
I think right now individuals can have their own TV show, and it's getting easier every day. There's more power to be had, there are more tools, they're more effective, your voice can be louder, but if everyone's loud at the same time, I don't know who gets heard.
Home movies are nothing new. It's something we do as human beings. We capture moments and memories. What's I think really important about the whole podcast and video blog thing is that the barriers to entry are down, and the accessibility to content, whether it's stuff like from MTV or just somebody doing something silly, get whatever you want.
Blogging tools are really good right now, and you don't have to know any technology to publish stuff.
Yeah, well, I think we're in a really good position right now because people have the opportunity to use whatever expressive medium they want, whatever they feel comfortable in. And the opportunity for video is now really just coming out there, right? Like, you can have a nice video camera like this, but you can also all the little cameras, the little phones, all of the devices that people, don't have to think about the fact that they've got video. And so people are playing with it, right?
So I'm seeing a lot of efforts, a lot more people sort of being inspired to do it, and since it's so inexpensive to do it now, I mean, to get a camera, to get a computer, and to upload stuff very cheaply, it's easy, it's cheap, it empowers anybody to do it if you just have an idea.
I think we'll see. I think making video is still a lot harder than writing or even podcasting a little bit. So I'm looking forward to seeing more stuff like this, where there's people doing a good job and going out and talking to real people. But I'm waiting.
So for people who are lazy, I don't have time to take out a video camera and ask my friends questions and then plug that into my computer and fiddle around in iMovie and then bump it down so it's viewable on the web. Like that takes time. But pointing to shit on YouTube, putting it together and saying, here's some funny stuff I saw. That makes sense. That makes sense.
I just think that the power of people to create media is critical. Like, there's a pyramid system in media, just like the class pyramid, right? At the bottom of the pyramid are the people who are barely even aware that your media exists, right? They're not even literate, let's say, in your medium. Then above that you have the people who do know that it exists. Then the people who are critical, they evaluate your media, right? Then above them you have the people who can create it, and then above them you have the people who can fund it. Okay? That is collapsed. At this point, funding is not as big a deal. You just get a small video camera and you figure out some of these tools that are pretty much being given away for free, and you can get something online.
I mean, I don't want to say amateurs because they're not amateurs. I mean, they're just people who have a story to tell and it's compelling. Right. And they found a way to tell that story. They didn't used to have a way to do it. It's sort of like the blog phenomenon. Right. The blog phenomenon, one thing that we discovered through that was that there are a hell of a lot of people who are excellent writers. Everybody talks about how crappy most blogs are, but they don't talk enough about how really, really good many blogs are. So what happens when the impulse to blog also becomes an impulse to make video or an impulse to do podcasts, to have a radio show?
One of the things that I've been seeing is blogs can give people a voice to something that they never were able to give voice to before. So if video gives a voice, even if to one other person, to me it has value. When you flip to the commercial side and will the commercial providers push it out, I think we have to make sure that doesn't happen. And I think I think we could overwhelm them with millions and millions of individual voices.